lovelies. Welcome back to 1111. We're here today to work on the Nolan Wells case, and OMG. So it was Mac Daddy. We know that now, just like I said. But is it Nolan on the end of that boat? Who's that other guy that's on the boat that's got very dark skin? And everybody keeps saying this is too dark to be Nolan on every picture I show. But now the Cajun Navy, United Cajun Navy, has released their report with a whole slew of pictures. And is there a missing boat? According to when they were searching for Nolan, there were supposed to be 4 boats in a row. And one of the boats left at exactly when we're all like, what? Where's Nolan? Something's definitely up with this. You can see Quentin working in the background from time to time if you're wondering who that is. So welcome into our live, and welcome to our live audience. I'll welcome to you at home that are doing replay with me. Maybe you're traveling. I hope you're having a good day or evening or morning, whatever it is for you. So we're just going to have to break this down together. I don't know why other people aren't sharing this yet. I've had some weird things happen while trying. Okay, it's almost as if there's some hanky-panky going on in the Nolan Wells case files. Like I'm trying to watch something on TMZ and I keep getting sent this notice I have a virus, but I can go to any other site and I'm fine. Anyway, so I downloaded it all, I recorded it all so that if it drops offline beforehand, we have our I screenshot it basically. Everybody's saying hi, Quentin, to you. Hey, Nisi, Sash, Smadger, Lisbon, Linda B, J.E. Girl, Smudger, Nikki UK, Jennifer Swain, Lori. Hello, everybody. So, you guys, let's try and break this all down together. All right, so let's head over together. And let's talk about this. Is there a 4th boat? It just seems so strange. And I've watched a couple things out there that these kids at 18 would be allowed to take out all these boats because Warren had a little boat and a big boat. Bart had a boat. And then there's another boat. So who's driving the 4th boat? And I had been thinking this all through. I have a theory I want to walk with you that makes a lot of sense to me. I want to know your opinion of it. It involves another adult and scattling. So anytime when we were kids, teenagers, that we went to a party, as soon as the cops were called, the party was over. Everybody scattered, right? Well, we do hear of the fighting going on, according to Trayston Shepard, that is talking about fight he was in. We hear Warren talking about a fight that his little brother was in. And then we have all these people scatter like ants. And it made me think a lot of fighting. Did someone yell out, the police have been called, right? If that happened, I think they would all scatter like ants. In that is that 4th boat. So Warren made the comment just offhand like it was no big deal, like that his dad had originally planned to be with them all, but at the last minute he canceled. And yet we've only heard about the 3 boats. What I'm about to show you is a picture I believe to be Nolan that is in the report that I had never seen before in my life, from the United Cajun Navy, walking with a bunch of girls as well as a male. And we're going to be looking at what the United Cajun Navy had for photographs that they had collected and put in their report when they were trying to narrow down the last location of Nolan so they could do a more in-depth search for him. And when that happens, they're at the same crux in the report, the crux of the time between 3:30 and 4. Something seems to have been exploded in some way. We do know a fight happened. Also, when you talk about the boat taking off and having the bilge pump issue and all that, and Warren's explaining that they forgot to put the trim down. You put the trim down when you're going to speed away. So had something exploded in an event that was more than just a fight, that would cause everybody to scatter. And is that why boat 4 is missing? So you're like, what are you talking about missing? So they have shots throughout the day of the 4 boats, always together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have a name, a few of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then right at that time, that is the crux of the case, which is between 3:30 and 4-ish, or even as late as 4:30. So we'll go that 1 hour, 3:30 to 4:30. Boat 2, I believe. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Boat is missing. You're going to have to see it for yourself. You'll have to see it. Posted to Netflix, The Crash Beyond the Wreckage in Nolan Wells Case and Beyond. What? I don't even know what you're talking about. Is there something more to that? No? That is true, Jennifer. Nolan could look darker in the picture because of the shade or a shadow. All right, let's just start this off with, first of all, we now know, okay, let's just go back to that real quick, just hit on it, that it's Mac Daddy. And I have to ask you, okay, instead of asking you, I'm just going to put it out there as my opinion. Now remember, everything I'm sharing with you is how I feel, how I think, what I think, my belief. I find it too strange. Too strange. I don't accept coincidences that Mac Daddy is the name of the boat when you look at McCormack. And I'm wondering, is that Katie's boat? Is that Katie's family's boat? But it is indeed McCormack. I'm sorry. See, it's stuck in my head. Mac Daddy is on the boat. And what's so strange is we're now asking, is this Nolan? And I'm wondering, is it the guy behind him, Nolan? Is it this guy? This guy doesn't look that dark. Could he be? Maybe. It's hard to tell. Let's go ahead, get a picture a little bit closer and get a little bigger. Now, today we're going to be working on the fly on these pictures because I'm not going to do it all by myself and then try to explain how I got there. So you're going along for the ride. Okay, so now you know that this was the newly released TMZ photo video of the person that says they took it at 11:17. You can see it obviously says Mac Daddy. And I knew that was a A and a C, and I said Mac makes sense. Okay, so they're asking, is this Nolan? And I think he's too light, but maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this Nolan Wells? I mean, if so, who's the very dark person behind him? Let's get this. Let me go down here, do this. I told you we're going to be working on the fly. So who's this? Let me get it back up there. So is this Nolan? Or is this Nolan? You feel me? Like, it's so strange. And is that Katie's family's boat? McCormack. Mac Daddy. It just, you know what I'm saying? Looks too light to be Nolan. See, that's what everybody's doing. They're like, this is too light, this is too dark, as if we all know what this boy's skin's going to look like in the sun. You feel me? I mean, different time of the day, you're going to look different too. I get looks too light. I saw a more clear version of that picture, and the boy is definitely white. This looks way too light to me down here. Way too light. Up here, though, oh, I didn't show you. This boy, to me personally, looks too light to be Nolan. This person's who I'm curious about. Looks like that person has a shirt on in the front. Not enough hair for Nolan. I'm wondering if this is Nolan. All right, so that's what everybody's covering online right now. But TMZ just today released the United Cajun Navy report, and it's a PDF. And I don't know why anybody ain't following this, because, man, we have the PDF and everything to go with it. And there's so much in that report. For me personally, I'm like, there had to have been an entire another group of people that aren't being discussed in this group with these kids. Now, we know that Trayston said that his uncle, who was white, was there because he locked eyes with him, right? And he got on the boat right away. Mm-hmm. But, kids in boats, I mean, there's more to it than just, oh, you sank the boat. It could be life or death. These kids are drinking. They're all sloshed. Are there adults that are overseeing these kids? I mean, when Warren makes the comment that they did not go back to their friends after they got the boat unsunk, but rather went on to Fort Bayou. But that is not what the GPS showed. So right there, I'm like, what's up with that? It looks like Warren's not telling us about this little stop right here. And I wondered, was it to let somebody out of the picture? There's a female voice being heard on that dispatch call, and that's nobody's disputing. But what a lot of people that are familiar with Warren's mama's voice is saying that could be her voice, because in their opinion, it sounds like her. I don't know what the woman sounds like, but it's at this point where the GPS is being discussed and some other things. So that's interesting. But are parents hiding behind their kids? Are they? If this all went bad with teenagers, that's one thing. But if there were adults that were in charge and they lost charge of one of their passengers as a captain of the boat, that would be more than a big problem. And if it turned out, let's just put it this way. If somebody passes away on a boat outing on the 4th of July, and if there are parents that are doctors and judges and maybe lawyers, and they're out there as well and supposedly in charge of the children that are just 18 and so forth, we got big old problems. And so you have to think about how quickly they all exited. It was like a mass exit, like mass exodus. We've got Trayston and his white uncle, as he put it, immediately leaving after the fight, a little after 4:15. We have the boat missing that I'm going to show you. We've got the boys giving, okay, think about this. 4 o'clock, they are calling into CETO to read off a set of GPS coordinates, okay, that a lot of people wonder if that's an actual alibi. Even the dispatcher's like, are you on Horn Island? Are you on ground? And he's like, no. Hear me out. But the GPS doesn't show the boat moving until 4:31 to leave the area. So they're calling CETO at 4. That's when the fight is going on. So are they actually on shore calling this in, or in shallow water calling this in, and the whole sound around, I don't know. Something's off with that whole thing. But the thing I've got here, and I recorded it because I'm afraid it's going to get taken down. I think TMZ is going to have to take it down. They got a lot of heat about sharing this. It says, read United Cajun Navy's investigative report, new photo of friend's boat. So right here, TMZ has obtained the United Cajun Navy's full investigative report into Nolan Wells' death, and it includes new photo of the 3 boats his friends anchored off Mississippi Horns Island on the day Nolan disappeared. It's 4 boats, actually. Let's go ahead and see what else we have. Here's the one of the pictures. We're going to blow it up. We're going to look at it big time. So this is the geospatial timeline and vehicle movement analysis. And we've got, like I said, we're going to blow this up. But for now, this is boat 1. We have over here boat 2. And we have boat 3. And the United Cajun Navy, the UCN, has labeled this as boat X. And boat X leaves, and it's noted that this is a very critical time for the last time Nolan was seen. So I think it's important. I think boat X, so if Warren rode in with Bart, but he had 2 boats, a big boat and a little boat. Wyatt driving the other boat, Warren with Bart. Who's driving the 3rd boat? You feel me? It's kind of like first place, second place, third place. Who's on third base? Okay, so pay attention. Warren stated that when he got up in the morning, he already had his boat hooked up on his vehicle. He talked about Wyatt having the smaller of the boats, of his boats. So Wyatt had a boat, Warren has a boat. But Warren says he rode in, not on the Triton, but on Bart's boat to Horn Island. So who drove the 3rd boat? And now we get in a 4th boat. Somebody's going to get caught in this. I just feel it. We will be breaking down all of this, the PDF and everything. I'm going to do it with you. It's pretty much a cold read. I scanned it, but didn't do it really, really deeply. Okay. TMZ says, check it out. The photo on page 12, which I'll show you guys, on the report shows the 3 boats anchored side by side, noted as boat 3, the Palm Beach, and the Triton on the 4th of July. The Triton is the boat that took on water before leaving the island without Nolan. And then they go on to say, as we previously reported, Nolan's best friend, Warren Hudson, claimed he and other friends begged him to board their vessel to leave the island around 4:30, but he refused. And he alleges he didn't see him at that time. He had seen him last at 3, Warren said, right? TMZ goes on to say the report also shows a cluster of boats anchored up with the Triton and notes a woman on the island named Caitlin Brochard snapped a picture of the vessels and reported Nolan was nowhere in sight when her group left the island at 7:30. This is going somewhere, just hang on. The last independently corroborated sighting of Nolan, according to the report, happened between 3:23 p.m. and 4:27 p.m. That's what I said. Basically, 3:30 to 4:30. That's our crux of time that I personally believe, without a shadow of a doubt in my heart, something happened to Nolan between 3:30 and 4:30. So this boat all of a sudden going missing after it's been hanging out with these other 3 boats all day. right before they're all going to bust out of there, makes you wonder. All right, as you know, they go on to report Nolan was reported missing and was found dead on July 6th, washing up where he was last seen alive, which right there, that doesn't work for me. Why would he wash up in the exact same place? Goes on to talk about this. An independent autopsy commissioned by Nolan's family listed Nolan's cause and manner of death as undetermined. The first autopsy conducted by Mississippi officials is complete, but the results are still under wraps. Brian Trasher, United Cajun Navy VP, tells TMZ their report has been sent to Nolan's family, the prosecutors, and law enforcement, who have all confirmed receipt. Okay, so let's get over there, and let me see. We've got to go to this, and then we got to switch buttons and go to this. I got to find, there it is. All right, so now we're on to this, which is the geospatial timeline and vessel movement analysis by United Cajun Navy. And it's a working and analytical report. It says Figure 1, annotated source image shows Boat 1, Boat X, Boat 2, and Boat 3 emulations to the Palm Beach viewpoint. So 5 total boats. We've got Boat 1, Boat X, Boat 2, Boat 3, plus the Palm Beach viewpoint, which Palm Beach is the boat. So as we go through this report, which we are going to go through in depth. Okay, why is it not? There we go. Let me move it. I feel like there's something. Wait. This is not what I want. Hold on, y'all. Where's my website? Hold on. That's what I need. Okay. So in this, let me make it bigger for you guys. And then we'll just scroll up. You can see we've got Warren on Palm Beach. So Warren's on the boat called Palm Beach, where all his stuff was, he said. We've got Boat 1, Boat X, they didn't even name that boat, Boat 2, and Boat 3 that are all affiliated with the Friends. Right there, we got 5 boats. So we're not being told the truth, I don't feel. I feel like we got 5 boats full of people, and there's 2 sets of boats that are not being discussed. Could it be because they had adults on them? Remember that weird little thing where she's like, are there any adults on board? Or are there any adults or children, living children on board? Or whatever she asked. And he was like, no. And she's like, there's nobody living on board? And he's like, yes, there's no adults on board. I almost felt like there was somebody guiding him because he's like, there's no one under the age of, or over the age of 21. As if he was being guided by someone legally to suggest that there was nobody be held responsible for anything. And being that call came in at 4 o'clock, their GPS doesn't even show their boat even start to move till 4:31. The call is done over with. How are they going from 17 feet, 31 feet of water? And it's all happening at the time of that fight. And by 4:30, they're all out of there. I'm just saying, something's weird there. Nisi says, you're telling me that everyone around their boat didn't hear that. Their body is taking on water. Their boat is taking on water. The other boat probably heard the commotion going on. Let me move the little chat pin so that you can see it better. I guess it's not going to let me show it all. You're telling me that everyone around their boat didn't hear that their boat is taking on water. The other boat probably heard the commotion going on. They were parked. Calling, right? My opinion. Okay. Thank you. Tristan rode in with Uncle. It's in his interview on the channel I mentioned previously. Well, we don't know for sure if Tristan was telling us the truth. Queen says, no, one breathing. He was annoyed by her dumb questions. It was almost as if he was being distracted, like he was being told what to say by an adult that knows their legal rights. You feel me? Have you ever done that? Like one of your kids is on the phone and you're like, no one over 21's here. Yep, no one over 21's here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're coaching the call. All right, don't know if he's one of the four, but could be. All right, now let's get back over here. What we've got in this, and we're going to have to break down the paperwork later. So we have Warren right here on the Palm Beach. Oh, you can't see my cursor on the PDF. This is the actual PDF from United Cajun Navy. So you've got boat 1, you've got boat 2, boat 1, boat 2, boat 3, and in the middle there is boat X, right? Let's go ahead, scroll through everything, which we're going to be breaking down later. All right, let me look at this. So these are the two different latitude and longitudes, and it says, calculated comparison. The figure 3A pin is approximately 1.6 miles from the MDMR original vessel datum. Figure 3B is approximately 279 meters. Okay, I don't think that was miles. I think that's meters, 1.6 meters from that. But figure 3B is approximately 279 meters from that. This is the strong geospatial match for figure 3A, but it does not by itself establish when the vessel occupied that spot or what occurred there. So why did they go into that spot? Like they were even wondering. So they showed the shoreline. The aerial images show the relationship between the North Shore anchorage shoal and the island tip. Without an image containing a scale bar, north aerial and verified camera position precise bearings should not be inferred from this picture alone. Okay? And you're like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. Let's get into this. This is where it all comes up. Let me fix it. This is where what I'm talking about. And this is so incredibly important because of the timing. So as you can see here, we've got, now I can use my mouse, right? Let me go back over to PowerPoint. And let's make this a little bigger. There we go. So now you can see my mouse. We've got boat 1, right? Let's go ahead and get a drawing stick. We've got boat 1. We have boat 2. We have boat 3. And here's the 4th boat because Warren is on Palm Beach, the boat. So right there's 4 boats. But what happens is during this crux of a time, somewhere during that time frame, the boat that is marked as boat X in the middle of all this, like, is almost like boat locked in. It moves and disappears. So they're even talking about it because when you look at the fight video, you've got boat 2 here. You've got boat 1 and you have boat 3, but we're missing boat X. Where did it go? You feel me? Like all of a sudden, a boat that's been part of the group. So there's 2 new boats because we got 5 boats. We got boat 1, boat 2, boat 3, palm boat, and then boat X. And they're all being tracked in the search for Nolan. So something's up here. So this, if we're looking at this, this is how it would go. This boat would be right here. Let's use a different color. We'll use yellow for boat 2 would be right here. And then we'll use blue for boat 1, which would be right here. So we would be missing not only boat X, but also Palm Beach boat. From this picture, they would have left. You feel me? And so when you look at this picture, when you go through this, okay, let me go back over. I know this is all getting weird, but hold on. There's more to this. Okay, let's continue on down. So as you look, can I scroll it? As you look, they're very concerned about the positions of the boats here. But if you look on this picture that we were trying to find, remember I couldn't find it. It was like I could not find it yesterday. It's of the boy with Nolan. And they are on board the Triton boat, the one that the village pump stopped working on. They're on that. You can see behind it that the Palm Beach is part of that group. So you have the Palm Beach, you have the Triton, and you have boat 3. But let's go back up here. We got Palm Beach, we got boat 1, 2, and 3 now, so that's 4. But where's boat X and all of that, right? So there's more people here that are not even, it's like they're all hiding behind the kids, in my opinion. So this picture comes out. And I want you to look at this. Because I'm like, hold the phone. Now, let me get over here. Switch screens again. Now, do you think that's Nolan? Now, how many? I don't want to hear he's too dark, he's too light. I don't want to hear it. Just yes or no, you think it's Nolan? Right here. Do you think that's Nolan? Nisi is asking, so did boat X left for it taking water at that time? What time? The time frame stamp, just asking my thoughts. No alleged problem with the boat X that left. No alleged problem. It just up and left. So is this Nolan? Because this to me looks like more he's got a big smile on his face. He's got the sunglasses. Is that Nolan? I'm just asking. You see him? You can't tell, possibly in blue. Yeah. Well, you say he's too small. Nolan's taller. How do you know? How do you know how tall these people are? Everybody's shorter than him. Look, this dude's here. Here's Nolan. He's got something on his head, but here's Nolan. This girl's here. So if these people are, let's say 5.5 feet, that puts this person a little taller, doesn't it? And she is walking way up here on the land compared to him. So he's definitely pretty tall there. Let's do that. Let's draw a line. They're all in a row. Let's just draw a line. That's the average height. Yeah, this person is almost a head above them. And now she would be, because look at her feet. She's way up on the higher end of the ground. Queen thinks that that is Nolan. On your phone, can't tell. Looks like Javon. It's too blurry. The female to the right is on elevated ground. The guy right. Looks like he's wearing shades. Yep. Yep. Get all this off there and you guys just look. Let's say that is Nolan. What time is that picture? I don't really know, to be honest, because let's go back. Now I got to go back over to this screen. Hold on. Let's see what it says down here. At 4:50 on the 4th, it says Figure 5C. So this is Figure 5C in the United Cajun Navy's report. Supplied shoreline photograph represented as taken at 4:50 Central Standard Time on the 4th. So 4:50 p.m. or 1650 hours. Frontier Bay, Boat 2 is no longer in its earlier original position. Man, all these boats look the same to me. I don't know how they're tracking them. Okay. This is saying, let me go ahead and look at this. They even go into the same things we've talked about. Let's just look at these pictures. So what is this? Like I said, this is a cold view for me. Let's go ahead and capture this picture to see why they're pointing and see what it says. Okay, got it captured. Wide shoreline image with 3 source added blue arrows, useful for anchorage scale orientation, not precise geolocation without camera position data. I'm not sure. What are these? Let's go down here. What is that for? Why are they pointing way over here at this green area? I mean, I get this because this one is one of those boats. Let's try blowing it up, enlarging it, and seeing, first of all, what is this area? Let's see what this is. Why are they putting an arrow over here? I am totally lost why they would have put an arrow over here. So why, what is this? I mean, they've got this arrow over here. All right, so let's put that there. Let's go ahead and grab another little screenshot. I think there's something to this that we just haven't digested yet. I'm going to be going through this report because there's a lot to this. So are they saying that that is where one of the boats moved? Whoops, I don't want to get rid of it. I just want to shrink it down. Let's get this last one where they've circled it with a red circle. Let's crop it way down. What is this? Is that the Big Daddy boat that they've circled? Is that the Mac Daddy boat? That's the Mac Daddy boat that they've circled. So let's take all this down for a minute. Hey, y'all. Hold on a minute. What the heck? All right, so let me explain this. We have a picture in the report. I'm going to have to dig deeper from the United Cajun Navy. And this is their full report, the PDF. And they've got a picture with the 3 arrows, 3 blue arrows. They've got a red oval circled while they're searching for Nolan kind of report here. They've got a red circle around this boat. Turns out, I just realized what boat this is. Let's show you what boat this is. That, my dear, is the Mac Daddy boat. Let's lighten it up. Let's get a little... I recognized it because it's got that top on it for tuna catching. Okay, let's brighten it up. That's the Mac Daddy boat. There you go. Why are they watching the Mac Daddy boat in the search for Nolan? And this report, why would they have... Yeah, that's definitely it. Okay? Red circle has a roof on. Yeah. Let me show you. I'll go get the Mac Daddy boat. Let's see. We need a full picture of Mac Daddy boat. Let me go here. Let's go this way. Hold on. Okay, that took me to that PDF. Don't I have a picture of the full Mac Daddy boat? Oh, I do right here. Okay, hold on. Copy. Let's bring it down here. It's same boat. Same boat. Yep. Same boat. How are we going to make it small but make it big? Same boat. Yep. That is exactly the same boat. So, the United Cajun Navy already was looking at Mac Daddy boat. You feel me? I was saying there's a lot to this report. We got to dig into it. So, let me take this Mac Daddy picture from the video, right? Put it down. Let's take this down a notch. So out of all the pictures in this PDF, they've got circled the Mac Daddy boat with an arrow to it. With the same yellow dry bag. It is taken on the 4th. Yeah, these are taken on the... Of course it's taken on the 4th. These are not pictures that were taken during the search. This is them gathering resources from people, saying thank you for the picture from the 4th, and them broadening it out and making observations as to how to find Nolan for, location. What's the last location? And in that report, we got the Mac Daddy boat picture, and they've circled it. The United Cajun Navy has a real huge red oval around Mac Daddy boat. Yeah. Okay, let's go back over to the PDF. Oh, I guess I put the red circle. Oh my gosh. I just realized I may have put the red circle without realizing it. I'm sorry. They do have a blue arrow on it, though. They definitely have a blue arrow. So you can see on the very far right of your screen a blue arrow Let me make this bigger, and it's already at 175. We'll go 400%. Let's go this way, and let's scroll down. And you can see that indeed is the Mac Daddy boat. You can even see the writing. So they're definitely... So they were already looking at the Mac Daddy boat when they were trying to find Nolan before he was found? Are you kidding me? They are farther out. Too many red flags alleged. Look how far. I don't know what you mean. Let me get this back down in size so you can see it. So they're showing you that there was another boat right here in this open water place. Right here where we have open water was boat X all day. But right at the crux of the time, boat X goes missing. Because it's scattered. It's gone. So who's the mystery boat? Now we got 5 boats. All right, let me look at this real quick. Okay, here's a good one. It says, analytical conclusions by question. Which boats were present? It says source annotations identify boat 1, boat X, boat 2, and boat 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 boats. Also, Palm Beach and Triton. See it right here? So that's 5 boats. In overlapping visual configurations, vessel registration identities are not independently established in the supplied package. So who they were focused on is boat 1, boat X, boat 2, boat 3, Palm Beach, and the Triton. 5 boats. We're missing a whole lot of players in this. And keep in mind, now we got 5 boats. We got Warren specifically stating that he had his boat already hooked up to his truck, that Wyatt took out the small boat. He talked about riding in with Warren. I'm sorry, with Bart. He rode to Warren rode with Bart to Horn Island on Bart's boat. So if you have Wyatt driving the smaller boat, who's driving the Triton? Who's driving the Triton? See? Because we have Warren and we have Wyatt. Who's driving the Triton? We got some people missing. No matter what. No matter what. Is boat X Mac Daddy? No, because they show a picture. Maybe. I mean, I don't know, but they name it. Let me go back up here. No. This is what they're calling boat X. Let me get a bigger shot of it for you. We're going to grab boat X and look up close. So this is the boat that went missing. Now we're going to go back to the other system and plug it in. Okay, here we go. No, here we go. This is boat X, according to the United Cajun Navy. This is boat X that's missing. There are a lot of boats here. I think that the more we dig, the more I dig into this report, because there's a lot of GPSs on these boats. It's a lot to understand, but I don't know why anybody's not looking at this. I mean, for criminy's sake, we got a missing boat that is with the party, right? And all these boats take off at the exact same time, allegedly. We got Mac Daddy. Yeah, that was my circle. Sorry about that, guys. We got the Mac Daddy boat right here. out of this picture that we're showing that's in the United Cajun Navy's report. And they're the ones that put this blue arrow right here, right? So why did they have a blue arrow pointing to Mac Daddy's boat? Unless it's because they're trying to track Katie's parents' boat, because Katie would be known. Katie had already been interviewed by the police, allegedly, according to her family, and given a statement, and already called Nolan's mama to basically say it was just a hi and a bye with Nolan. So they may be tracking Katie's, through pictures and so forth to see where her boat was, because she would be a person of interest to locate Nolan, being she's the last person besides Trayvon to allegedly see Nolan. So does that give me more of a credible feeling that that's probably Mac Daddy Mac? Most likely. Just saying. Most likely. Yeah. I think they're trying to cover up. I do too. I think you're right, Gail. No, you have a big brain, Sash. I just think I was confusing you. Lisbon, if Nolan was on boat X and it left at 3, who were they yelling at, telling Nolan to get in the boat? Well, and we don't know if it left at 3. Between 3:30 and 4:30, we have all these events happen. We have everybody sees Nolan. Everybody sees Nolan in their own way. Warren sees Nolan at 3. Okay? Trayvon sees Nolan a little before 4 or around 4. You got Trayston, who's having a fight, and it's 4:15-ish when it ends, and he makes the claim that he believes Nolan's in the water down below. And then everybody leaves. And then nobody sees Nolan after that. It's not a magic show. Nolan can't teleport out of there. So at that point, did something happen, like the fight got out of hand, and maybe the police were called, or at least the crowd shouted, "The police have been called!" And everybody was like, "Oh, shit. I'm an adult. I'm not going to get caught with all these little hoodlums of mine all drinking alcohol underage. I'm the boat captain. We got to go. Boys, load up. Let's go." Maybe the parents took off, and then the rest of the kids got in their boats, panicked, and didn't put the trim down, which would flood the water right into the village pump. And then they're having problems. I don't know. Just know, I think there's some adults that are cowards that are hiding behind their own children, in my opinion. Echo that media. The person bending over on the boat with the white hat is blurred. Yeah. I think we're going to find a lot more out on this. Has anyone talked to Katie, or just through her sister? Just through her sister. Who's Hewitt? Jay Sanders says, in their opinion, he was dead by 4:30. I think so too. Hewitt saw him at 6 p.m. Who's Hewitt? We don't have anything in this report or any other report that gave the name Hewitt. Hewitt who? We heard the audio phone call. We know he died during the call. According to you, yeah. There are allegedly pictures of Katie on Bart's boat leaving the island on the 4th. I would love to see pictures. I don't know if they exist. Javon was speaking up for friends and suddenly stopped when he figured out they could be involved. Katie's uncle needs to be looked into. Katie is where it all begins and ends. Katie released pictures of her on the island, timestamped all free, 4:30. Nolan wasn't with her. Hewitt is the man that Nolan was going to get a ride with, but his boat was full. Oh, I don't buy that. I don't buy that. Because he said that Nolan said there's plenty of other friends to get a ride with. Why would you pick a complete stranger to ask for a ride if you have friends on the island? I don't believe Hewitt. And if that's who Tatum and them are talking about, oh, Lord help us all. They're full of crap, in my opinion. Sash says, chat, we need to be putting in my opinion. Thank you, lovely. Julie says, I thought I saw a picture of about 25 kids between the boat and shore. Maybe Nolan got hit accidentally. He testified to it. How do you know that? There is no testifying. We haven't had court. That doesn't make any sense. I agree, Jay Sanders. Hewitt could be a plant. I don't know. You're loved. Hello, lovely. Warren also said before, if they left at around 4:30, his buddy was yelling for Nolan to get on the boat. Now you see that there is no walls. Like you can just look out and see everybody in the water if you're on the little Triton boat. So if Warren is on the Triton boat as they're leaving, and his buddy is saying, Nolan, get the F on the boat, how is Warren not able to see him? He says the last time I saw him is at 3, but their boat don't even leave till 4:31. So an hour and a half there, something's wrong. They wanted to sink the boat with Nolan, maybe. It's almost as if they were calling in an alibi and to make sure some things got covered, like there were no adults. How do we know that? That their latitude, longitude was reported a little bit different than their GPS. Laugh says, when they made the emergency sinking phone call, why didn't we hear loud music or loud people in the background on the phone call? Good question. What do you think about the 4:45, 5 p.m. sighting? When was that and by who? I never heard about it. So did they make their boat to leak on purpose so they have an escape, in your opinion? Good question, Nisi. Thank you so much, True Crime Tribe. Take care, lovely. Yeah, after 4:30. I don't know. All right, my lovelies, that's what I have for you today. I'm going to be digging into this much deeper. I do think that we have more people, and I don't think they're kids. I just don't think these rich families are going to let their drunk teenagers take all the boats out on 4th of July and run the risk that all of a sudden somebody could get hurt. There could be all kinds of problems. It could ruin the kid's life if like he's the captain of the boat and doesn't come back with all his passengers. But the big adults would have big careers that could be ruined. And so are they hiding behind their children? I don't know. I just want to say this real quick. It is our duty and responsibility to behave as adults and non-aggressive. We need to do this through finding justice through the courts in the proper way. I do not believe that anybody should be threatened or anything. Just treat everybody kindly and remember that the truth will come to the light. And for Nolan Wells, I believe the truth will bring true justice. With that being said, I will see you again very soon. I love you all. I pray for Nolan's family. I pray for all those that truly love Nolan, that the truth does get exposed. And in that, why did the United Cajun Navy have in their report a blue arrow pointing to Mac Daddy boat, unless that boat is very important. Out of all those boats, one of them that they're pointing to is Mac Daddy. Could that be McCormack Daddy? I'll see you again soon. Love you. Bye for now.
From the dust I was born, to the dirt I shall return. When my eyes are closed, in the shadows, my enemies will think they won.